Hello, Deltonians. How you doing? Setting a timer on my phone here. So I'm using a free version of Screencastify right now, and this free version allows me to do 5-minute videos. I would highly recommend that you download this app through Google Chrome and use it yourself as you work yourself through the course of this project. So, speaking of the project, Genius Hour. What is it? What do I do? And then in our second video today, we're going to talk about how do you write your proposal. So, Genius Hour is an awesome project started by the company Google. If you actually go back to a post I posted a couple days ago, I posted a link here on the pre-engineering website, or Edmodo, excuse me. When you click on that link, it takes you here to this tab. This tab explains what Genius Hour is, or 20% project, or a passion project. It's actually something, like I said, that Google does. They allow their employees to use one day out of the week to work on whatever they want to work on. And the incentive, like I said in the post, is the fact that they're probably going to work harder the other 4 days out of the week, knowing that there's that one day out of the week that they get to work on whatever they want, whatever they're passionate about. For some of us, that may be music, that may be art, that may be science, that may be math, that may be just about anything out there, right? And so, what I'm going to do today is talk about a Genius Hour project that one I worked on in the past, and then one that I'm working on right now. So the first Genius Hour project that I started was actually Five Tool Baseball Academy. So about 4 years ago, I started a baseball academy with a good buddy of mine. His name is Brian Lawson. What we did is we started a baseball team full of kids that nobody else wanted to make a tournament team out of. And we took these kids to tournaments, and we watched them grow over the last 4 years. Now they're starting to hit high school. Some of them are freshmen this year, eighth graders, going on to be freshmen next year. And it's really, really cool to have watched them grow throughout the past. What is my Genius Hour right now? Well, it is this right here. It actually started with this, but now we've moved up to this. So this is my wife's bike. I was going out of my mind just sitting around the house during this break that we've got going on. So I had to figure out a way to exercise without being able to go to the gym. And what I did was I started riding my wife's bike. This started back in like early April. A few weeks down the road, I ended up buying this bike off of one of the coolest 89-year-old men I'd ever met in my entire life. This bike's like 20 something years old, but it still cruises. While I was doing this, I have been tracking all of my data. So here's some examples of the rides from early on. And then this is more recent, as you guys can see there on the second one. It says Genius Hour, all that kind of stuff. So here's an example, and this is what I want to show you, is if you really commit to something, you will definitely see results. So I wanted to not only see what my limitations were physically, I also wanted to look at the differences that the technology made in the difference in between my bike, my wife's bike, and also my progress as I've continued to ride. So this is one of my first rides ever on my wife's bike. This is one of my more recent rides. So if you if you just take a look at the differences, they're pretty dramatic. My average speed was about 10 miles an hour when I first started riding. My average pace was about 5 minutes 54 seconds per mile. I only rode 7 miles the first day, and I was exhausted at the end of it all. I thought I had really put in some work. Well, you fast forward about a month later, and I rode 27 miles this day in about an hour and 47 minutes. I averaged a speed of 15 miles an hour the whole time, and my average pace per mile was 3 minutes and 52 seconds. So, what's my end goal in this project? Well, to be honest with you, I set out to see if I could ride from my house, from my front door, all the way to school. That's an unsafe ride. So, what I'm going to try to do is the equivalent of that.